Today on the show we have more information about horse fences and wagon fences in Red Dead Online. These fences will allow players to essentially steal and sell off stolen property to an NPC, and this is a game feature that many players want to see become reality in Red Dead Online. And building off previous reports we've talked about here on the channel, and this is definitely a follow-up to that. So if you are interested in learning more about what exactly we're going to be talking about, let's get started. If you enjoyed this video at any point, or if you just find it helpful, let me know by dropping a like on it. And if you want to stay up to date and in the loop with everything Red Dead Redemption 2 and Red Dead Online, consider hitting that subscribe button with your bell notifications turned on. Now, it should be noted, of course, that none of this is officially confirmed by Rockstar, and there are lots of features, new pieces of content, and more that have been discovered either within game files or other leaks that have suggested they are coming to Red Dead Online. Some do make their way into the game in the end, and others still have not to this day, and we don't know what's truly coming until we get it. But for the entirety of Red Dead Online's history, there has been a lot of both. The Naturalist role, opportunity missions, moonshiners, the bounty hunter expansion, call to arms, etc. have all been leaked, whereas we are still waiting for things like properties for one, but the evidence of those things are so scarce that it doesn't really seem like Rockstar is all that interested in adding something like that currently. But there has been quite a bit of intel surrounding horse and wagon fences, and Rockstar even confirmed these features in the prologue to Red Dead Online, with Clive and Clay Davies telling you that you can return to them at a later date with stolen horses and they will purchase them off you. That's still currently not in Red Dead Online's public build for players to enjoy, but we do have some news from a reputable and particular Rockstar Games insider and enthusiast who has shed some new light on these topics. TezFun2 had to say the following: "There are leftover mentions of multiplayer horse fences since 2019, and Rockstar will eventually feature them either as part of a new role or simply added to the world with no charge. However, Rockstar, of course, doesn't want to repeat the same mistakes as GTA Online at launch. The dupe detection system was only featured a while after launch, and same with the daily limit. Rockstar invested tons of resources into patching dupe glitches throughout the years of GTA Online, and still to this day, give cards to friends glitches and workarounds are patched from time to time. Some glitches even appear that simply cannot be patched by a background update, yet to this day it remains unpatched. The reason behind that is likely due to how a patch would involve making changes to legacy code. We don't know if Rockstar would allocate as many resources as GTA Online for that though with RDO. Given that the current state of the game and that background updates have kind of been neglected for Red Dead, the last background update that addressed some bugs happened on December 1st of 2021, whereas GTA Online receives plenty of background updates and has in 2022 already. Previous intel on these horse and wagon fences have indeed been in the game since 2019, like we previously talked about with McDizzle Gaming. There are verifiable files and stat trackers within the Red Dead Redemption 2 application that reveal Rockstar has at least done some type of work on these features for Red Dead Online, but of course they were never realized in game, and some of them include tracking how many horses or wagons the player has sold outside of free roam missions, and that's indicated here by these two strings of text, with stolen horses sold, number of times the player has sold a stolen horse, and stolen wagon sold, and the number of times the player has sold a stolen wagon. But what about the glitches and duplication exploits that this will cause, which is most likely the reason for Rockstar hesitating to add this content to their newest online title? We've talked about that in the past, and NerfGoth asked, shouldn't it just be easier to move to a server instead of this peer-to-peer stuff when it comes to fixing glitches and exploits? To which Tez responded by saying, not exactly. It depends on how far the developer would go to such lengths to prevent these exploits, but even trying to prevent exploits with dedicated servers would complicate matters even more. One solution is simply having dedicated servers handle everything, which is similar to playing a game on Stadia or GeForce Now services. That sounds great on paper, but in reality, there's a guaranteed chance your character or vehicle will rubber band to a previous location most of the time, depending on your latency of course, but even the lowest latency could experience some rubber banding. Not every action you take has to be sent to the server and received back with a verified stamp, or it gets lost in the sea of the internet. Servers in 5M and RedM, for example, handle some tasks and leave the rest up to the client. I don't want to get too technical, but basically a multiplayer match is a combination of messages and events, like a group chat and WhatsApp. Some messages could invoke a response from the moderator, aka the server handling some tasks. Others don't, aka the client taking care of everything else. In some cases, all messages could invoke a response, but it isn't ideal. Rockstar could utilize dedicated servers and come up with ways to prevent duping glitches, but actually, there's really no need for a dedicated server here. It can be done with the current network model too. Personal vehicles within GTA Online are stored as part of our game stats alongside tons of other stats, and one solution would be to separate them into their own game service. Both Red Dead Online and GTA Online use a hybrid of cloud services, providing the game services like matchmaking and peer-to-peer, which handles pretty much everything else like communication between players. Anyhow, if Rockstar creates a game service that handles storage of personal vehicles, then each time you purchase a vehicle, the license plate is recorded and stored within Rockstar servers like an NFT. Each time you access your garage, the game verifies the license plate, and if you somehow dupe someone else's car, then after going through all the weird steps to store said vehicle, the service could verify that the license plate belongs to someone else and remove it from the garage. That's what Rockstar did when introducing dupe detection with an update to GTA Online. But instead of having the service handle all aspects of a vehicle storage, they decided to simply just go with the license plate. I'm not sure how effective that service is, and I would say it would have been done better if it was implemented from the start. Without going off topic too much, I don't believe there's a way to distinguish our horses from others in Red Dead Online like a license plate. Now, just a suggestion from me here, one way for Rockstar to hopefully mitigate those issues in Red Dead Online with giving horses to friends or horse duplication glitches and exploits would be maybe horse branding or something like that. That could also be a customization feature that players could get access to in the future. Now, in regards to these topics, if we do ever get more information, news, or confirmation of horse and wagon fences, I will be sure to update you all, but for now, we're gonna have to enjoy what we have in game. Until then, next week is our new March event for Red Dead Online, and the reason I say the March update event is because, as Rockstar stated at the beginning of the February event, in the months to come, quote by them, they said we can expect more role bonuses, discounts, etc., which is going to be the December, January, February monthly events we've been getting used to here. I hope one day we go back to the weekly updates here in Red Dead Online, but I don't think we're going to get that change back to normal, back to the status quo here in game until we get a new content update and a DLC. But like I said, for now, we're gonna have to enjoy what we have until then. Lots of players want these things added to the game, as do they want many other features, and hopefully Rockstar is listening carefully to us. With all that said though, we're gonna be wrapping things up right here. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. Hopefully you all enjoyed the video today, and if you did, hopefully I earned your like on it. And of course, if you are new to the channel and you want to stay up to date with all the best Red Dead Online and Rockstar Games content, consider hitting that subscribe button so you don't miss out on a single thing we post here on the channel. We consistently talk about updates, news, information, tips, tricks, and even leaks, and we'll keep you guys updated here on the channel daily. So make sure you hit that subscribe button. If you want to follow me over on Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram, those are the best places to get connected with me outside of YouTube, and you're more than welcome to ask me any questions on those platforms. You can follow me at HazardousHDTV, and all of my social media links can be found in the description down below. With that being said, thank you all so much for watching, everyone. I hope you all have a fantastic day, and I will see you guys in the next Red Dead Online video. Adios, amigos.